I'm SGTV News for Reporter Forrest Tucker out here on Greene Street, where I'll be asking students about their thoughts on gun reform. What is your opinion on gun control?
I think that something needs to happen.
I just think people are without a lot of knowledge about the subject. I think the march, the people who supported the march aren't really for all guns being eradicated, and I think that's what people don't really know.
Giving more guns to teachers is definitely not the solution to this.
I think it should be a lot harder for people to get guns. I don't think we should just go out there and take them all from everybody, but I think we should have more intensive background checks.
Well, honestly, I don't think gun control is going to help because I don't think it's a gun problem. I think it's more of a human nature problem.
Okay.
Honestly, I think a lot of the problem is our culture doesn't really respect life. I mean, think about most of our entertainment revolves around death and violence.
I do believe in the right to bear arms. My family is a big believer. We have a lot of guns in the house, but I think that there could be higher restrictions on the difficulties to get a gun.
Okay. Such as what? What are the difficulties you have in mind?
Age, for one thing, and experience. I think you should be trained to handle a gun and be forced to log a certain many hours at the shooting range before you're allowed to have a permit. Criminal background checks need to be more intense.
The number one solution, I guess, would just be a more intense method of getting it. Maybe some paperwork or just some more requirements. Maybe an age restriction, health screening, something of that sort.
Instead of to do backgrounds and stuff, keeping up with the background checks and going back and having to go back and take the test.
Well, it's more of economic issues as well. We personally need a better economic system to give kids a better future.
The solution I feel right now is kind of like what y'all are doing with the interviews and promoting the dialogue throughout our society, because really without the conversation we can't make any decision.
I think if we just are more careful about what we consume and what we teach our children to value, we won't have so much violence.
Do you think President Trump's bump stock ban, which he's proposing, will help this fight for gun control?
I hope so. I do think that is a good thing. I think that it will definitely help guns not simulate the same thing as an AR-15.
I think it's a step in the right direction. I was very surprised to see that, and so I think just from the last shooting that we saw at the high school, the conversation is still being carried on, and so I think that's really good because this is the longest that we've seen conversation kind of carried on.
Oh, well, that might seem like a smart idea, but the unfortunate thing is we now live in an era of 3D printing, and I've actually seen on the internet someone demonstrating how to 3D print a bump stock.
I think it is a good step towards it, but one of the major steps is getting rid of semi-automatic rifles and weapons altogether.
Do you think mental health and gun control need to be mentioned in the same sentence?
I think they're two very different topics, but I think that they can coincide a lot. Obviously, as in the past, we've had more people who do have mental issues participating in gun shootings. So I do think that they are very different, but they do coincide. But it shouldn't always be the case.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that it's a pretty big part of the gun violence thing is the mental health issue.
I guess there's a crossover there, but I don't know if that's the main issue people should focus on.
Yeah.
As far as getting a license to carry a gun, should mental health be factored in? Is that
Yeah.
question? Yeah, definitely. That would go along with background checks, I would say, ensuring, no one has been hospitalized for self-harm or harm to others.